Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next, everybody's favorite YouTube channel. It's your boy Mike here, rocking the denim overalls today. And today I thought I would do a movie review on a movie that I watched last night for the third time. I have briefly talked about this movie in the past, about probably just under a year ago. I made a video about an app that you can download on your phone, and it tells you when you're going to die. 8 months ago I made that video, and it said it was 26 years until I was going to die, and now it says 25 years. So what's 31 plus 25? Hold on, my brain ain't braining today. I'll be 56 years old. I'm gonna die at 56 years old. Honestly, that would probably sound pretty horrifying to most people, but to me, it just feels like, honestly, I'd be surprised if I make it to 40, so that's pretty impressive. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. That video that I made last time was about the actual app itself, which I do still have on my phone. I like when it gives me notifications every now and then, reminding me that I'm going to die. But as I said in that video, the actual app was from a movie. And the movie was called Countdown. It's a 2019 movie. I have seen it before in the past, and in that video that prompted me to download the app, I actually rewatched the movie, and I thought it was the first time watching it, but I had seen it before because I remember the whole story about the app. But I decided again last night to watch it, just randomly thought of it, and I was like, I'll watch it. I've been feeling a little down lately, and usually a horror movie perks me up a little bit. So I did just that. I watched the movie and I wanted to do a review on it because I haven't officially done a review on this film. And honestly, I really like it. It starts off kind of goofy with like these college kids and they're all having a drinking party and they're talking about, have you heard about the app that like tells you when you're going to die? And it kind of comes across as very like cringy, cliche, typical teenagers in a horror movie kind of thing. It comes across like that, but the movie does get better. At the start of the movie, just the intro, and you first meet like these characters, you're just not very impressed at all. But as time goes on, it does get better, and then you eventually meet the main character of the movie. Her name is Quinn Harris. She is a student nurse. She's played by Elizabeth Lail, and she does eventually like qualify to be like an actual nurse or doctor. She works at a hospital. She eventually hears about this app that kills you, or like not kills you. It's not like it's kind of like The Ring, I guess. It does give early 2000s vibes, considering it was a 2019 movie, but the app that like lets you know when you're going to die. And she hears about it from, I guess, one of the patients at this hospital, and later finds out that he did die when it said he was going to die. And he was really worried about that. He thought he was going to die on the operating table getting surgery. He tries to avoid it, and he does end up dying anyway. Like, you can't really escape it. Even though you know you're going to die, doing one thing, you cancel that plan and try and hide, but it will still get you. A little like a Final Destination thing going on in there too. She tries everything to stop it because she only has like 19 days or something like that, and she's trying everything to stop it. You can't uninstall the app either, so once it's on your phone, it's there permanently. She even takes it to a phone store and gets a new phone, and then instantly, as soon as she like activates the phone and buys it, it automatically like downloads the app again on her new phone. She even tries to get the guy. She like pays him with a prepaid credit card for like $2,000 or something. She pays the guy to like try to hack the app and try to change the algorithm a little so it'll give her more time. And while that does seem to work at first, it later like resets and goes right back to her original time of death that she's gonna have. She then meets this guy named Matt Monroe, who's played by Jordan Calloway. He's having the same problem too. He happens to overhear her in this phone store, and he chases after her, and he's like, you've seen the things too, you have the problem too, like it's this app, and he shows on his phone that he's got the same problem. So those two kind of stick together, and they're trying to figure out the mystery of the app. Quinn also has a little sister who we get to meet later on. Her name is Jordan Harris, and she's played by Talitha Bateman, who is personally one of my favorite actresses. Her acting just never seems to, I don't know what it is about her, but she always makes me cry. She makes me so sad. Like, she's always played in every single film I've seen her in. She's always played like somebody who's like a very troubled, she's dealing with something. She's going through like some terrible thing, and she's really good in Annabelle Creation, as you guys know. I mean, it's pretty obvious I love Annabelle. But yeah, Talitha Bateman's just an incredible actress, and she does just as good of a job in this movie too. She's a little older in this movie because it's a few years after Annabelle Creation, but she's still like her portrayal of being absolutely terrified is so realistic to me that you can't help but feel sorry for her. She doesn't really get along with Quinn. There's been some beef, I guess, since her mom died. Like, the mom died. We don't get to see that part. That's, like, in the past. But there's some, like, beef between them, I guess. And it's, like, this untalked about subject of who's responsible for the mom's death. And they both kind of blame each other, I guess, at first. Or, like, Quinn blames herself. Jordan, I guess, blames her. Not directly, but indirectly, and has a little beef with her. But then it later comes out that Jordan actually blames herself and feels bad for it. And it's all to do with the mom was going looking for Quinn one night because Quinn was out partying, and she ended up getting killed by a drunk driver. There is the dad in this movie, but he doesn't really play like a very important role. You just see him here and there. But yeah, basically the movie is just like, when you're going to die, like the app will tell you when you're going to die. And this demon comes to get you. I guess this demon's kind of like some variation of the Grim Reaper. When the time does come to the end for both of them, because Jordan and Quinn both die within seconds of each other, like according to the app. And I guess Quinn is a little more worried. They do squash the beef, and Quinn is then more worried about her younger sister than she is of herself. And she comes up with a pretty good plan. And when that plan doesn't go through, because there's this force preventing it, which is obviously the demon, they find like a loophole. They even contact a priest and everything like that. There's also this really one good scene that's like super creepy when Matt, the guy, he goes to the bathroom at the hospital and he's like peeing in one of the stalls, and it's just so creepy. There's like this like pair of legs that are just like right in front of the stall door, and the feet are like facing the door, and it's like trying to unlock it, and he's like, hey, this one's occupied, like somebody's in here, go. The whole lights and everything go out in this bathroom. It's real creepy. And there's like this kid laughing sound, and then he sees the legs again, but they're in the stall. He's now out of the stall, and he's looking, and he can see the legs. He's got his flash on his phone, and the legs are like walking through the walls of each stall, like underneath each stall, like just walking through like a ghost. And it turns out he's got some dark past as well, in which he feels a lot of guilt. And it was to do with the death of his younger brother. He was seeing like a manifestation of his little brother, who he said he felt bad because he stole a toy from his dying brother when he was a child. And he's regretted that ever since. But yeah, they start seeing like a lot of weird stuff, and they contact this priest who's kind of funny. They try to do a ritual to try to stop the demon, but it doesn't really work out. But yeah, when Quinn's plan kind of falls through, her original plan, she comes up with this other plan, which is, she took a very big risk, let's just put it like that, but it did work out for her. But I really like how the movie ends with like Quinn and Jordan, they've made up again, and they're with the dad, and it does kind of lead to being like there's gonna be a sequel at some point. There is room for a sequel, because they're at a cemetery and they're looking at the grave of their mom and putting flowers there and stuff like that, and everybody's happy, they're all hugging, they've made it through the night, they survived the app, and then all of a sudden Quinn gets a notification on her phone saying Countdown 2.0 is updating or something like that, or downloading. And yeah, it just kind of ends there, and it's left room for a sequel. It's not the scariest movie in the world, but it's definitely got some good scares, and it's kind of goofy in parts. It's kind of funny in parts, especially with the priest. He's a kind of funny character. It kind of comes across to me as like the spectral sightings boys from Insidious, Specs and Tucker. They're kind of, the priest is kind of goofy like those two. It's kind of got that comedy aspect to it as well. But overall, it's a really good movie, and it's one that I could watch multiple times. It's really good. And like I said, Talitha Bateman's performance, even though she's not the main character in this movie, but her performance is just like genuine, realistic, and I don't know, she's just very believable, and you really do feel bad for her, especially the part when she's underneath the bed and she's like scared out of her mind, and you can see like, although she's acting, it's hard to believe she's acting because she looks absolutely terrified. Her lips quivering, she's literally visibly shaking, and she's just laying there like that, and then tears just fall out of her eyes. Like, she can cry on command and stuff like that. She's extremely talented, and she doesn't get as much credit as I think she deserves. I don't even think she's acted since then, which is kind of sad. I'm kind of waiting for her to, like, come back in something, because I've always enjoyed a movie that she's been in. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to give a review on that. It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, it kind of flopped a little, I guess. It didn't blow up as much as it should have. I feel like this is a real, like, classic early 2000s feel movie. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, it's definitely worth watching. It's very similar to The Ring, if you guys have seen that with the videotape that kills you. It's very similar, but it's about an app, not a videotape. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and give a little review. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and chase your dreams. Thank you for watching my video. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my social media, or I will f***ing die. Oh yeah!